Elon Musk's political shift is a Tesla sales strategy, says analyst. If you have been following Elon Musk over the years, it is obvious that some significant changes have come about. Even so, he is continually praised for any accomplishments. When his company Tesla came into the picture, they had a fairly easy time finding a consumer base. While environmentalists and green activists both loved the thought of Tesla coming into play, those on the opposite side of the political spectrum thought of it as a potential threat. Musk has declared that he has no centrist political opinions, and portrays himself on social media and through interviews as having strong right-leaning views. Carl Brauer, an executive analyst at IC Cars, has weighed in on the situation and said that all signs point to Musk doing whatever he can to benefit himself financially. The CEO is not concerned with attempting to convert Tesla's already splintered consumer base and seems fine with alienating the left. To put it in perspective, 57,000 electric vehicles were bought in California during the first quarter of 2023, while only 13,000 were purchased by Texans. One thing is for certain: Musk is looking to remain successful in the ever-changing technological and political climate. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS. Is Tesla's lead temporary? General Motors CEO Mary Barra recently stated that Tesla is currently the leader in the fully electric space. With regards to technology, profitability, and scale, Barra signaled her awareness of the current state and hinted at the possibility of GM overtaking the lead. Though she did not confirm this directly, GM had promised a mass of electric cars by now, though sadly, only a handful of pricey models have come out, such as the GMC Hummer EV and the Cadillac LYRIQ. On top of this, the company has decided to discontinue their most reasonable options, the Chevrolet Bolt EV and Bolt EUV. However, soon GM intends to lure buyers with the Chevrolet Equinox EV, which still has a relatively high price tag. In discussing the profitability of EVs, Barra highlighted that it is still difficult to make money while selling them at lower prices. But GM does claim to be bringing their Equinox EV to the market at a price of $30,000. In comparison, Tesla has decreased their prices this year and offer more affordable EVs while still having success on the profit side. There still remains much confusion and anticipation around GM's ultimate success in the EV sector. Source: reposted and summarized from Stephen Loveday at Inside EVS. Tesla Model Y is Australia's best-selling SUV in May, dethroning Toyota RAV4. Tesla Model Y has proven to be successful in Australia, becoming the best-selling SUV in the country in May. It dethroned Toyota RAV4 in 2,616 units sold to 3,178 from. Model Y. Additionally, the electric crossover SUV became the third best-selling car in the country, regardless of powertrain type. The strong sales trend is followed by the growing consumer tendency to choose electric vehicles, which in May had 7.7% of the new vehicles sold and 7% of the total market since the start of the year. The Australian Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries data also showed that 105,694 new vehicles were sold in the same month, a 12% increase from the same period in the previous year, and a 2.7% increase from the previous record in May 2017. This surge, however, is not due to growing demand, but rather due to orders placed months, and in some cases, years prior. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. Tesla and Panasonic could get $41 billion in tax credits by 2032. Tesla appears poised to reap the largest gain from the immense federal tax credits from the Inflation Reduction Act that was passed in August 2022. Estimates have suggested that Tesla and Panasonic combined will be receiving roughly $41 billion over the next dozen years due to the legislation. Tesla already has plants in the United States operating on Fremont and Austin for vehicles, Nevada for batteries and electric motors, and has broke ground in May on a lithium refinery in Corpus Christi, Texas. According to Bloomberg, Tesla and Panasonic are supposed to be taking in around $1.8 billion in production tax credits this year, due to the decreased inflation compared to the $480 million for General Motors and LG Energy Solution. Tesla's CFO, Zach Kirkhorn, has estimated that the firm should see an income from the incentive of between $150 to $250 million every quarter in 2023, without factoring in Panasonic. On the other hand, the famous car maker Ford isn't even eligible for the credit until 2025. The company has devoted time and resources to extend its manufacturing in the U.S. and will take full advantage for these economic provisions. Tesla planned to use the revenue to continue to reduce prices for its customers, in a bid to increase sales in a market of intensifying inflation and rivalry. The intention of this law is increase both domestic electric vehicle and battery production. Since figures from the Business Insider Back and Policy Center has indicated that only 10% of all EV cars are made in the United States, while only a small portion of the battery production hails from within its borders. The rewards from this law according to the scale of production here in the U.S., meaning the more EVs and batteries a company makes, the more money they will be getting from the tax credits. Source: reposted and summarized from Dan Mihalascu at Inside EVS. Tesla sold 77,695 Giga Shanghai-made vehicles in May. Tesla sold 77,695 Giga Shanghai-made vehicles in May, increasing from the same period last year as well as from April. Data released today by the China Passenger Car Association (CPCA) showed that the amount was 2.44% greater than the 75,842 cars in April, and 141.55% more than the 32,165 vehicles in May 2020. Meanwhile, from January to May, Tesla sold 382,859 Chinese-made cars, amounting to 77.37% growth from the 215,851 units sold in the same period last year. Giga Shanghai, Tesla's main manufacturing hub, is frequently expanding its production capacity. In May, Giga Shanghai began production of Model 3 for Canada, for the first time in history exporting Tesla cars made in China to North America. There have also been reports that Giga Shanghai is approaching the start of mass production of the updated Model 3, although there is no official information on this matter yet. Source: reposted and summarized from Eva Fox at Tasmanian. New Tesla Service Bulletin tries to address Model Y water ingress. Tesla has published a new service bulletin for the 2020-2023 Model Y crossovers produced at the Fremont and Austin Gigafactories due to water leaking into the rear trunk area through the liftgate assembly. According to document SB 23-10003 dated April 27, 2023, service technicians are told to inspect the trunk area thoroughly and, if a leak is located, reseal the liftgate assembly. This repair is estimated to take 1.8 hours and involve replacing the liftgate lamp double-ended stud gaskets and the liftgate lamp connector gaskets, in addition to providing Loctite hybrid polymer sealant. It is understood that Tesla have been aware of this issue for some time, and a recurrence of the problem had been experienced by some owners who had already visited the service center for the same problem. However, it is expected that through the use of the new sealant, the problem should resolve itself permanently. Model Y owners should be on the lookout for water on the seals around the trunk or in the sub-trunk, as even water escaping from the openings of the liftgate itself indicates this issue. And arrange for a service appointment if needed. The repair is available to have done either at a service center or via Tesla mobile service. Source: reposted and summarized from Julian Nystrom at Inside EVS.